There we go. Okay. I don't know what that was all about, Mia, but okay. So now we're good. So hello,
All
everyone.
right,
My
cool.
name's Lanzer. I'm the podcast host of the SANDDAO podcast, which is all about the Sandbox DAO. And this is episode 14. Today we have Mia Bao, who is an advisory board member, and we will jump right into it. The scope of the talk is a meet and greet. So we're here to meet Mia and say hello and learn about her and all the things that she is is up to and all about, and her role on the advisory board.
Thank you so much, Lancer, for the invitation. I'm super honored to be on the show and super excited to say hello to everybody and enjoy the podcast with us. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for your time. So, Mia, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself, your background, and how we came to today.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, my name is Mia. I am the co-founder of DAObase and also beepCrypto right now, and also I am the advisory of the Sandbox DAO. So basically, I started my Web3 journey back to 2017 when I work in ATBTC, which is one of the largest and the oldest blockchain media in China. So I spent my 2 years over there, and also started two of my shows. One is called Mia Talks Blockchain, a blockchain educational show back then, and which is also the one of the most popular educational show in China back then. And another show is called Enter BTC Live. It's a interview show for all of the crypto entrepreneurs and pioneers in the space. So I have interviewed with many. I would say some of the big names in the space, including CZ, He from Binance, Charlie Lee from like Litecoin, Kyle from Multicoin, etc. So yeah, all of these two shows bring me over 100,000 followers on social medias, and that's how I started my Web3 journey, and then later to the Web3 market agency that I created myself, which is beepCrypto, and then later on is DAObase, a DAO aggregator platform. And that's basically what I am working on right now. Thank you.
And you said it started in 2017 with what were the shows called?
So basically, I started with ATBTC. This is the Web3 blockchain media in China. I worked there for 2 years, and I started the show called Mia Talks Blockchain and ATBTC Live. So one is like an interview show, and the other is a blockchain educational show.
So A2BTC, and then you had Mia
Mhm,
Talks, and both of them.
mhm,
Okay, and so that brought you across paths with CZ and a lot of other personalities. Okay, huh?
mhm.
How about that?
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
a
know. Go
uh-huh.
ahead.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool experience to get started with, especially when you have the chance to talk with the OGs in the space and they are like top entrepreneurs in the space. So basically you can learn from those kind of OGs. So that's definitely a fun and also cool experience, especially when you are newbie in the space. So I think I enrich this kind of my experience by learning from those kind of top entrepreneurs and then to do something fun and also cool myself on. So that's basically the journey. And also beside that, based on all of the shows, I gained over 100,000 fans. To get started in the community and which will lay out a foundation for whatever I do in the later.
Yeah, yeah. What a good start. Okay, all right. And so we'll jump into our disclaimer. Mia and I do not represent the Sandbox game or the Sandbox Foundation. We are not your legal or financial advisors, and nothing we say is to be taken as legal or financial advice. For the scoreboard, we currently have two SIPs right now up for voting, SIP 9 and 10. Please go vote. Please go vote. It's having trouble reaching quorum right now. We need to reach quorum. Mia posted about it a few days ago. I've been posting about it. Please review SIPs 9 and 10 and offer your vote. Yes or no, just please help reach the quorum. And then there are
Yeah,
two SIPs in
yeah.
draft.
Please vote.
Yes.
Please vote.
All this works if we vote. That's and then there
Yeah,
are
let's get them hit the forum.
yeah. And then the DAO checkbook is still the same. We're at 1.9 million of 15.5 million sand. However, Mia, I saw that when you posted it, your numbers were a little bit different than mine. So what I'm going to start doing is adding a slide here from the DAO base, which is fascinating. I've been waiting for this to pop up. Coincidentally, when I saw this about a month ago, I was looking at DAObase.ai for the sandbox, and saw that it came up about a week ago. So um, yeah, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into DAObase.ai and how it shows a lot of really cool data I was looking at last night, and the voters and how they voted, and I really, really like that website. It's really cool. So well done and as we'll talk about it, you being one of the founders of it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and a key statistic I pulled from that is there's 211,000 token holders, and there is 1,800, so 1,808 voters. So we'll be doing a deep dive into that in the future. Let's jump right into the discussion. So Mia, you talked about your background. So yes, I did see that you started in 2017, but I didn't know it was A2 BTC and Mia Talks. So what I saw in your bio was that you started with marketing and branding. So you started A2 BTC, and then later on you founded DAObase and beepCrypto. What's the connection to Chain Node Live? I saw a podcast you had done some years ago with that.
Mhm. Yeah, basically, before like ATBC has a forum called ATBTC Forum and also ATBTC Media. And then the forum later on rebranded to Channel. So that's how those two brands are related. And in the first beginning, I had a show called ATBTC Live, right? And later on, it rebranded to Channel Live. So that's like relation. But that's
Okay.
still the same actually.
Okay, got it. Got it. And what was the rebranding to? What did they call it?
They rebranded it to Chain News, so that's also
Chain Node.
that you
Okay,
just
got it.
mentioned.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And so something that I noticed when I was looking at your videos is just how high quality they were. It was a really refreshing take to see, especially in some of your videos where you would feature the local. Where I assume that's where you were, right? That's why it would show Shenzhen and Hangzhou, and that's where the video is shot. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like I travel a lot, and then because as an entrepreneur, I we travel to all those kind of places and conferences as well. So basically, I shot some of the videos in Shenzhen, Hangzhou, which part of the mainland China. Also shot some of the videos in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Dubai. It depends on like where I bring my photographer too. So that's and when we have this kind of cool ideas to share the video.
And so, especially how in one of the videos you're talking about DAO insights, and as you were speaking, the shoot would cut to, you know, you're in like you're in like a shop, and you're talking with the salesperson, and I just thought that was really cool, a very interesting take on how to explain Web3 and then linking it to the existing, it's called Web 2, but for the real life of it. And and
Mhm.
then I watched your a couple of your campfire videos. So that was really fascinating. How did those ideas all come about?
I think I definitely admire what we have been. I mean, not myself. I also have my team. So basically, my team is very innovative, and they are passionate about like this kind of visual creation. So that's not only the contribution of myself, but also the contribution of a team. So that's for one thing. And the second thing is that because we have done a lot of views before and content before. So if we just do this kind of regular recording, it just got a little bit boring for us. We just want to do make something fun and also like to combine the knowledge and also the casual life together. So it will like basically give everybody ease when they understanding and learning this kind of knowledge with us together. And also I think that's also a new way for onboarding the mass adoption and also especially for the younger people to the space, right? So
Yeah.
that's what we think of when we're creating the content and videos.
Yeah, it definitely I think came through well that there was a nice mesh. There was a nice combination of real life and now you're explaining Web3 as you're sitting at a campfire. And I also watched the one where on beepCrypto where one of your teammates was drawing on a shoe and they drew the Smurfs. So in the same
Yeah,
campfire place it looked like. So yeah, I just thought that was really interesting to touch on is how I think you definitely succeeded in creating something visually interesting and fun. So, well, yeah, I want to go over that first
appreciate it.
as a fellow content creator. I was very impressed. So, what
Appreciate
would you
it. You know,
say?
like mhm.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that this kind of like feedback is definitely something driving us to like push like producing more videos and content like that. So yeah, I would say that's our like passionate coming from.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. And so, let's start with the road to where we are today. What would you say that drives you? I heard you say in an AMA from was it now a few weeks ago when you were doing it with Seb that you were really interested in bridging the East and Western markets together. Is that close, or what would you say drives you?
I think because like I wear multiple hats right now, and that's also a lot of Web3 people, entrepreneurs, well, a lot of hats in crypto space. So in the first beginning, when I first got started with beepCrypto, it's actually a what like marketing agency bringing the Eastern and the Western market and culture together. Because we see like I am actually coming from the Eastern industry and market, right? And we know all of this kind of resources in the Eastern world. But and also like Eastern like market is a big market, including the mainland China, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, and Southeast Asia, right? So we do see there are a lot of potential coming out from this kind of market. But as a international project and also like Web3 native project, they need this kind of hands, especially in the Eastern world. So when and also for us for beepCrypto, we have those kind of like I would say resources in Eastern project side. So we do see a lot of entrepreneurs coming out from the Eastern world. So we're trying to bridge those kind of Western project and Eastern market together to let the Eastern like users and audience know those kind of projects and genes in Eastern world. So that's the first beginning that we think, okay, so we should link those kind of two resources in our hands together and to make it like a perfect fit. So that's the first beginning of when we started beepCrypto. And clearly, because for beepCrypto, we actually helped many like projects grow in and also localize in Asian market, including definitely the Sandbox and also some of the portfolios under Animoca and Artifact before they acquired by Nike. Big time
Mm.
and also like some other like Temperature, Avagachi, and many other projects. We help them to do the localization in Asia market. So I would say we know all of the founders. They are awesome. We just want to tell all of the people in the Eastern world that okay, there is like amazing projects, and we want to help them to build together. And that's the moment like Big Crypto is born, and then we have a lot of projects grow and luckily, those projects grow into those kind of giants in their niche market. So that's super cool for us and also super cool and helpful for all of the projects we help with as well. So it's kind of like a win-win situation for both of us.
Wow. Okay. Okay. And how does that compare against DAO base? I've heard that it
Mhm.
would used to be called the pass.
Mhm. Yeah, DAObase is a little bit different story because like we started beepCrypto in the middle of 2019, and after 2 years of building, we gathered like more and more resources together, and we feel that we are strong, like stronger than before at least. So we feel that we can do something more, and also do more contribution into the space. So in the middle 2021, we started DAObase. DAObase is the AI-driven DAO aggregator and data analytical platform. And the reason when we started to do DAObase is firstly, before we started DAObase, we formed a NFT collector DAO called Will Members. So we basically pull some of the funds together and to invest NFTs as a DAO. So at that moment, we feel the power of the being a DAO because we grow the treasury from 1 million to over 100 million in the later 2021. So that's actually an amazing milestone for everybody in the community. And I will feel, wow, DAO is amazing because we can do this and gather all of the resources together as a DAO, as a community. So, and then we felt, yeah, we should do something within the DAO space and do some tooling to help all of the people to build their own native DAO. So, we felt that we can do that, and we feel responsible to do that. So, we started DAO-based platform, and also we see a lot of really small entrepreneurs doing the same thing as well. For example, Avagachi, they have a very vibrant DAO, and also YGG, which is one of the project we helped with before. They also a game guild, and game guild is a community and also a DAO at the same time. And then later on, the Sandbox also launched DAO. So we feel all of these smallest entrepreneur for the project into a DAO format. So we feel, yeah, we are really bullish in this kind of direction, and we are glad that we have a lot of like projects to standardize their DAO process, and later on to offer them this kind of comprehensive data dashboard for them to lower the threshold for everybody to enter into the DAO. So I would say that's the like journey how we actually to bridge from big crypto and then to a DAO niche market. So that's our a little bit story and background
Yeah.
between those 2. Mhm.
So interesting enough, I also recently joined the whale members. What's
Oh,
your
amazing.
yeah, and because they own quite a bit of land in the sandbox. So I reached out to
Yeah.
them to not meeting Nightmare and Wes and Mongoose and the whole
Ama-
crowd. What it sounds like through one of the interviews that you had with Seb a little while ago that you were your friends associates with Whale Shark. Is he a founding person of the whale.me group?
Yeah, like Wheelshark is definitely the NFT mentor for me. So when we first get started with big crypto, we are really like into NFT industry and like metaverse gaming, crypto art, etc. And Wheelshark is one of the first person that we interview in the NFT space, and he just liked the talk with us in Asia market, and he just asked us if you guys want to like get participate in the whale community, want to like be a part of it, and I said yes, we want to get a part of it. So so that's how I get started with the journey and started with Whale Shark. And still
Gotcha.
I am the founding members of Whale members still. We do a lot of like stuff for whale community, especially in Asia market. um, and we have the whale with all those kind of stuff like for Asian market, token listing, and a lot of stuff related with that as well, like art exhibition, art auction in Asian market. So I'm still like one of the founding members of Whale members, and glad that you joined the community and have the connections with Nightmare. They are really
Yeah.
nice, super friendly. Yeah.
Yeah, I attend their Twitter Spaces each week on Tuesdays now. I just started, but Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this to Nightmare about like the Sandbox gonna launch a DAO. We should participate in this kind of journey because Will community owns like over 700 lands within the
Yeah.
ecosystem. If we are not participating, who will be participating, right? And the lands also have the voting power within the ecosystem. So when I know Seb is launching a DAO, I just told Wilshire and Nana immediately that we should participate aggressively. So yeah, it's super
I
cool
definitely
that
agree. Yeah,
uh,
I've been slowly like just last week or the week before, I spoke with Wes and Mongoose in the Tuesday Twitter space, the natively digital, what they call, and we spoke all about the DAO, and we spoke quite a bit about the Sandbox DAO. And as I think I understand it, they're waiting for the delegations to pop up before they try to vote. So I'm still working that out with them, but also I'm trying to get them on an interview here in a podcast.
amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
And as for the delegation, actually, so firstly, Snapshot has the function of delegation. So actually, we can go to the snapshot for the delegation function directly. And the secondly, for DAObase, we also have a like members page. And for every like member page, there is a delegation button. You can also delegate your like basically lands, assets, and tokens through this kind of function at the same time. And the last part is that we also know the Sandbox DAO team is also looking for the solution for that. So I think this will be solved very soon.
Good, good. I'm happy to hear that because we desperately need quorum, and I really want to reach out. I really want the whale members to know how to vote as well. So I'm
Uh-huh.
working on it slowly.
Yeah, the DAO
Yeah,
is working on that. Actually, I just I let the DAO know this kind of idea that we definitely need delegation function in day one. The DAO is born. But I mean the DAO is working on that, and it is the top priority within the DAO right now.
yeah. Okay. And and what where would you say that your crypto journey began?
I actually began my crypto journey in HBTC. As I mentioned, it's a like
Oh, that was the start of it.
web.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I actually that's like 2017, right? When I
Yeah.
have my like free year started in HBTC. But I actually like 1 year before, when I still in college, I bought a little bit Bitcoin by accident. So basically, I learned about this kind of concept, decentralization in college, and one of my like friends told me about a little bit like knowledge about Bitcoin. I bought a little bit about Bitcoin, and later on, like a year later, the price just rocket. I don't know why was this kind of because. So I started to learn after the price surge,
Got
I
it, got
found
it.
there are some of the amazing companies in my like country and area. So I just participate in one of the like company later
Got
on.
it. Yeah, no, makes sense. Makes sense.
Uh-huh.
And remind me one more time, your chief partner at Well Members, and what are some of the things that you do for the Well community in the Asian market?
So in the first beginning, there are actually five trip partners of Will community. So each trip partner is kind of like a leadership in different like direction. For me, I am the trip partner for the Asian market and partnership. So for like Asian market is our expertise for me and also beepCrypto. So we handle everything related with Asian market. That's for one thing, including content creation, marketing. That's for one thing. And the second thing is that we helped with the token listing. So we always like listed in Huobi, KuCoin, and many other exchanges. So that's also handled by us. And the third
Got
part
it.
is partnership. So we do a lot of partnership with the like for example the Poly auction, which is the number one auction house in China, and a Poly and also Yongle auction, which is the second like largest auction house in China. So we helped with those kind of partnership and also exhibition, auction, touring, and also like buyer acquisition side. So yeah, we helped a lot of with the partnership side as at the same
Okay.
time.
No, no, makes sense. Yeah, the I noticed that the whale token is on so many different chains and Polygon and Ethereum and others. So that was interesting to see. So you're the reason, one of the
Yeah.
reasons why that's like that.
Oh my God, I would say Whale Shark is definitely the like the soul of the community and the project. We're
Oh
just
yeah,
like
okay.
helping them to make it
Yeah,
happen.
I haven't been able to meet Whale Shark yet, but I look forward to saying hello in some way.
Yeah, Whale Shark is the nicest person in the space. And also he's one of the like most smartest person in the space as well. He's definitely the mentor for me in the
Gotcha.
space. Such a
Is
nice
that
friend.
is that interview that you conducted with Whale Shark still online?
Yeah, I think so because I did the like interview with him for multiple times. I can share the link with you like
I would
later.
love to. Yes, I would love to. I somehow did not find that, and when I was researching to look at your videos, so shame on me.
Oh no, because like some of the interviews are actually conducted in text. So I think that's part of the
Oh,
reason you didn't find
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
All right, so let's get a little bit closer to the DAO. So DAObase, I found out that your numbers had slightly different numbers than mine. So you had that we had 2.02 million sand and 500,000. How does DAObase pull its numbers together?
I actually we summarize all of the I would say outflow of all of these kind of proposals. So we like do calculations and combine them together. I think your number is like 1.9 million or something like related with that,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think because like our numbers is not that it's pretty similar, and I think the reason it's a little bit different is that we do the calculation based on the because the calculation difference. For example, some of the proposal they are actually asking for the euros and for the dollars, right? So they are not asking for the cent tokens. So I think we did a little bit calculation over there, and the price of the send token is like a little bit different like every day.
Oh, I
So that's
see.
one of the
Okay.
reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Like the latest
Mhm.
one that asked for, I think it was, how much was it? It was 337,000 pounds, I think. So then that
Yeah.
okay. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm.
Well, it makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so our conversions might be a little different. Good, good.
But I think it raises up a question actually, and also a problem for within the DAO. Because like if there will be a like transparency dashboard for every like payment is getting like executed or is getting done, there should be a like on-chain link related with the proposals or something like that. So everybody can actually check how much of the tokens or tokens or price getting paid no matter through the SAN token side or through the USDT side. So we can
Hmm.
actually document all of the exact amount of the tokens and assets and combine them together. So it wouldn't be any like confusion about that. But is a really good question to let the DAO know about this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Now let's roll into the advisory board. So what would you say how how did you first come to be asked to serve on the advisory board?
Yeah, because like me and Sebastian has known each other for a long time. We
I'm sorry,
started
you
with
and
the
who was
corporation.
that?
Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Me and Sebastian has known each other for a long time. So basically, we started the cooperation, I think like 4 to 5 years ago, because like beepCrypto is also the Chinese market agency for the Sandbox. So we keep having this kind of partnership and cooperation for very long time. And then later on, like the Sebastian told me that the Sandbox is gonna launch a DAO. And also I know like Yasu, the founders of Animoca Brands, he's really bullish on that as well. He's kind of like putting every like portfolio projects into a DAO. So I know this is a pretty they're pretty bullish on this kind of DAO direction. He brought this kind of up to me that the Sandbox is gonna launch a DAO, and I told him actually we have been working on the DAO space for almost 3 years because DAObase is started in the later 2021. I bring this kind of idea to him that actually we have been working on this for many years, and I show him the product. He is pretty surprised about how like sophisticated and how mature the
Yeah.
product is. So he told me, yeah, we are looking for the advisories. Are you interested in like being a part of it? And I just say yes to it. So I think he feel that we can bring the actual value, especially in the DAO side and also the data side, to help the Sandbox DAO to be a better DAO. That's why he asked me to join, I believe.
Okay. And you said that you started beepCrypto with Seb 4 to 5 years ago, or is that DAObase?
Actually, so that's the amazing thing that we do a lot of things together. So in
Oh,
the
okay,
first
got it.
beginning, yeah, like in the first beginning, we just do the partnership with between the crypto and also the sandbox for the marketing side, especially in the NFT side. And later on, like we started DAObase. Actually, I never mentioned this to Sebastian that we're actually doing something related with DAOs because I'm not this type of person to hot sell my product to like, especially to the closest friends. I just want to do my stuff, and if they feel it's cool and they want to like interested in, they will definitely ask if we can do partnership together or something like that. So I never brought this up to them because they are not like related with DAO stuff like before. And then later on when they have this kind of idea to launch a DAO, so I feel yeah, it's related, and I should tell him that we're actually doing some cool stuff in this kind of space. So I tell him, and clearly he likes it. So it's really amazing, and it's really lucky that we can like start this kind of partnership again, not only in the marketing and not only in the NFT side, but also in the DAO side at the same time.
Gotcha. Okay. Huh. So you're connected through many, many years of knowing each other, and then your cross passing together on a lot of joint projects that you wanted to work on.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I think this just came naturally. They are doing DAO stuff, and we are doing stuff. It just comes naturally, and
yeah,
that's cool.
Kachin verse said, "How about a Mia Dao?"
Me I know, I receive a lot of, like, requests about this.
Yeah.
Probably one day.
Yeah, that's interesting. Kachin verse also said, as a just unrelated, that they're having difficulty connecting their wallet to DAObase.ai. So just FYI for you. That's something I haven't yet. I want to get my DAO badge. So I haven't done it quite yet, but I want to. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
So what would you say is your what I think you mentioned it. What was your motivation for joining? You said you wanted to make the Sandbox DAO better, or was there something else as well?
Yeah, I think because like we have been in the space for especially for the DAO space, we have been in the space for 3 years. And from DAO side, we've developed a like system to standardize the DAO process and also like how to evaluate a like especially for the healthy state of a DAO. So we gained a lot of knowledge about DAO for the past 3 years, and DAO has covered over 160,000 DAOs, 6 million of voters data on the platform. So basically, we know everything like popping out like every day within the DAO space, no matter for the DAO side, proposal side, contributor side. So I feel that we can actually bring this kind of DAO expertise and also knowledge into the Sandbox DAO. Comparing to other DAOs, we are more sophisticated and mature, especially in the data side and the DAO side. So we definitely want to firstly to make the Sandbox DAO stay and maintain in a healthy state according to the data set and also the output and for the budget to allocating to the contributor side. So that's also why I keep calculating the like outrage. The output of the Sandbox DAO because we want to maintain it in a healthy state. And also like that's for one thing, we definitely want to provide this kind of data support for the Sandbox DAO to make it a healthier and to make it a better. And the second thing is that we want to help the Sandbox DAO to incentivize the solid and top contributors within the ecosystem. So if you basically look at DAO-based product and dashboard, you can see a column that combining all of the voters within the DAO. So according to different data dimension, including the voting power, delegation, the votes, proposals, and many other data dimension as well. So basically, we want to like basically reimburse this kind of voters and the contributors within this like within the ecosystem because for right now one of the like most challenging stuff within the DAO space is a lot of people don't want to participate in the DAO, and it's pretty hard to reach the quorum and to raise up the voting power, all of this kind of stuff. By having this kind of incentive system within the community and within the ecosystem, I think the Sandbox DAO can definitely excel better than any other DAOs in the space. So that's something that we want to create and help as well because the community is the top priority. The voter contributors are the top priority, and we need to let the contributor know that we value their data, value their like contributions and value. I would say those are the things we want to contribute into the Sandbox DAO to make it like healthier and also better.
Yeah. And one of your videos from last year when you gave the DAO insights, the campfire one, you mentioned that there are three big type of DAOs that you were tracking to. There was collector DAOs, service DAOs, and I'm trying to find the first one was the biggest one. Oh,
DeFi DAOs?
DeFi DAOs, yes. And would you say that Sandbox is a service DAO?
I think because I think the samples are more like NFT centric DAOs and also the creator DAOs or like service DAO because like it's
Okay,
a combination of those together.
gotcha. Okay, okay, so a combination of both. And now, so clearly you have that deep expertise and you want to bring that to the board. What so far has been your role on the advisory board?
Mhm. I think for my role, we are doing the first. I would say we have different milestone for me and also DAO-based participant in the advisory board. And right now we are doing the first milestone, which is to provide the basic data to the sandbox, including because right now you can see that the sandbox DAO is already live on DAO-based. So according to
I
the
have it showing up on
dashboard, we
screen right
cover.
now so everyone can see.
Yeah, so basically we cover the basic information, the treasury balance, and the historical changes of the treasury, the proposal, the votes, and also the contributor page. So we're providing this kind of data to the Sandbox DAO and report it within the adversary channel like regularly to inform if all of the data will actually have an impact into the progress of the DAO. So that's something that we do regularly, and also we have this kind of regular call with Cyril, the DAO lead of the Sandbox DAO, to report any like feedbacks from the DAO, from the community, and also from our community at the same time to see if there's any improvement for the DAO. So you just mentioned in the first beginning that to wait the delegation feature like to be implemented into the DAO. Actually, we bring this up for like since day one. So we do give a lot of like feedbacks and also like advices from this part as well. And another thing is that we also check the industry data
Hmm.
and also the proposals data to report it to the sandbox because doing your own thing is one priority and also analyzing how other people do how everybody else is doing is another priority because to learn and also to have this kind of reflection system is also important. So we will like provide this kind of industry data to the sandbox DAO at the same time to basically to compare and also to analyze.
Okay. Yeah, and Kachinga verse asked in the chat, same question I had a little bit. Token holders was 211,000, and the explanation says it refers to the sum of the numbers of DAO's NFT governance token holders. And Kachinga verse asked, is that the number of individual wallets?
Hmm. Yeah, individual always.
Okay, got it.
No, I mean, yeah, it's not like related with delegations because like delegation, because like we are just tracking the assets under like actual wallet. So if there's a delegation, we have a different mechanism to calculate those kind of delegation wallets. So that's a little bit different.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And so you have a regular call with Cyril to report the statistics and to help bring that data to the DAO.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, great. Then, and that tweet the other day was the first time that I had seen. I actually, so when I looked at it about a month ago, and I saw that Sandbox had wasn't up yet, your tweet reminded me to go back and look, and that's when I saw that it had been added. So please, if there's a way to for you to send more tweets like that, I think that's hugely helpful. Because all I've been doing is just sending my little scoreboard and my little checkbook, but you've got a whole aggregator that is way more powerful than what I can do manually.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that because like for that tweet, I receive a lot of welcome from the community. So that's definitely a motivating moment. So I think I will post like more like content related with the symbols style, especially from the data side. And also like when you like basically reply to the tweet and check your spreadsheet you made, that's amazing work as well. And I think we can brainstorm together to see how we can combine the dashboard and also like the manual work together because like after the dashboard, we definitely need some of the report, right? So I think we should brainstorm this together and to
I
see
would
what we
love
can do
to. I'm a data
together.
enthusiast. I
And
love
yeah,
the
that's
data.
amazing.
The data tells you so much
Amazing.
and can help you make good decisions. And so I think that's what I hear from you is you want to bring the data so that the community can make good decisions, so that Cyril can make good decisions. I love it.
Exactly.
So I've added a DAO-based slide from now on to go after my checkbook slide that will show
Amazing.
some of the key parts from the Sandbox DAO on DAObase.ai. But I would love to reach out to you and see if we can combine some efforts there because what you have is very impressive. I love what I'm seeing. So I was going
Thank
through
you.
yesterday the voters on DAObase.ai, see if I can find it. Oh, here under the members column, that was hugely important. When I was looking through down the bottom, you can start to see the wallets and what is their voting power. Okay, so this one is probably almost definitely going to be the Sandbox because they have about 27 million voting power. So that's very close to them, and they have not been voting. Which, true to their word, they said they wouldn't since they accidentally voted for SIP 2 or 3. But then you have all the other ones. Cyberkongs. I didn't know they had 3.5 million voting power, and they've only voted on one. So now I know I got to go reach out to the Cyberkongs community to see if they would consider voting because they now I can see
Exactly.
that now because this like
Yeah.
that's cool, Mia. That's so cool.
That's the charm and the beauty of the data, right? Everything is like naked in your eyes, right? So
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah.
yeah. So I would love to work together with you on that.
Mhm.
So over now back to Did you have any input on the constitution or the incorporation documents for the Sandbox DAO?
Yeah, as for that part, unfortunately, we are not contributing. But I think that's it's done by another amazing team,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they are like right now the operational team of the Sandbox DAO. They are doing really amazing job over there. I think yeah, the Sandbox DAO can never made it without the help of them.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, totally agreed. And so now that you're on the advisory board, I heard from Loretta, who we talked to about a week or two ago, that there is no like set meetings, but you're all constantly talking to each other in different group chats. Is
Mhm.
there do you see any need or desire to meet with the advisory board to do something or um, to start something?
You mean like, do we need any like conversations between any communications between the like the advisory board members or like privately or in public?
So that maybe in public, because what I think the DAO, the Sandbox community was confused about in
Mm-hmm.
May 28th when the DAO was announced was what exactly does the advisory board do? And
Mm-hmm.
and now as Loretta has started explaining and as you're explaining, it looks like what the advisory board has been doing is you've been talking in the chats, but each of you has your own expertise that you bring to the
Mm-hmm.
table, and it doesn't seem like it's coordinated anyway. Is that
Mm-hmm.
intentional to where you're not coordinating amongst yourselves, or is there no need to?
Mhm. I think that's temporary because like when you first got started with with the sample style, there are lot of things to do within, especially for the DAO operation team. So I think we haven't been really coordinating that kind of intensively in that because it's the early stage of the sample style launch. So right now we are just doing our like parts right and the Sandbox operational team is connecting to us like individually, but we also have a channel that we can talk to each other and giving the feedbacks so everybody can hear the feedbacks and talk within a private channel. But I think the Sandbox style, especially I think Sebastian is really good at to gather all of the talents together and to let them showcase the skill sets and then to make the entity and to make the DAO better. I think that's the Sebastian and the team is really good at. That's definitely the good thing. But I think what you mentioned is very also important at this as well. So I think what we are doing right now is like Sebastian and also Cyril, they will doing this kind of regular like Twitter space and podcast with in different niche market. So like I think like a month ago we just did with Sebastian and also Serial in Asia market with the launch and also concept of the Sandbox DAO. And also after like the advisory board is doing the same thing in their niche market or their like a local market with the Sandbox team together. So I think that's something we are doing in public to explaining what we are doing and what's the vision and the value of the Sandbox right now. But yeah, as mentioned, it's just temporary. It's just the first stage, and then for the second stage, the third stage, I think there will definitely more interactions between us together.
Okay, got it, got it.
Mhm.
And what would you say? So re-elections are scheduled for December of 2025. What is it that you think? What is it that you're excited to achieve um, before we reach that point?
Mhm. I think for myself, we have like several milestone and also goal from outside. The first one is I mentioned that we want to provide the industrial data and also the specific the sample style data to the DAO to make make a better decision, and also the data dashboard. So that's something we are contributing right now. And the second thing is not achieved yet, but it's also in the pipeline, is that we want to create this kind of accountability system for the DAO, because like allocating the funds to the people is one thing, and within the DAO to allocate the funds wisely to the people and to the right people is another thing, right? So we are like encouraging the DAO to create this kind of accountability system to check the proposals, the progress of the proposal, the project, and also to have this kind of proposal profile to check the proposers and their updates about the proposal they created. So I think that's something that we are pushing to the DAO right now, and hoping that can actually help the DAO and also the contributors to make a better decision after like first period of time. So that's the second thing that we are trying to do and creating to the DAO. And the last part is to incentive the people, especially the voters and contributors within the ecosystem, and to make it right and to make it better, so there will be more involvement with other people to participate in the DAO. So that's the part that I want to contribute. After I would say after the next election, we hope to look at those kind of three goals that we promise, and to see if everything is achieved, and is anything improvement within DAO that actually coming from us.
That is impressive. I am excited to hear that you're looking I think I heard you say make a data dashboard out of the industrial data that you want to. Would that be available on the Sandbox DAO's website or on DAObase or where?
We are thinking to create a I'm not sure if we can push this to the sandboxdao.com domain or something like that. It's a negotiation period, but I think at least we can do something related, like a little bit separate to with DAO base and also the Sandbox DAO. Probably have a separate domain or something like the Sandbox DAO community or something like that. I
Yeah.
hope this is actually community driven and contribute into the Sandbox DAO.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just the idea.
this is the first time I've heard of this. I love the idea. That's exactly what I would I think that's awesome. That's exactly the sort of
Thank
stuff
you.
that I would want the community to have. And for myself, when I make decisions on voting and when I write, I've written 4, 5 sips already, and I'm writing many, many more. And having this data here from DAObase.ai and then having our own dashboard for the Sandbox DAO would be hugely helpful. It would be so helpful.
Oh my God, I just love this kind of feedback. That really matters a lot to us.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some things I was looking through here. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. If I had it, yeah, I definitely I wanna work with you and your team if whatever you would like and that. But I had some things as I was looking at this, like, oh my gosh, this data is great. There'd be if I could have this piece of data and this piece of data, then it would give me the value for the decision that I'm making. And then an accountability system and a proposal profile. That these are some really impressive things. And what would you say is something that we can do to help you achieve those goals? Because this is nothing but a goodness for the DAO.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I mean, like, actually, before we are having this kind of meeting together, I have to say I love your content and also the way you do all of the data and spreadsheet together. I think that would be something, especially when we create. I mean, like for the accountability system, we are hoping this is actually community driven. So actually, we can do this kind of proposal together and to see how we can actually do our roles and contributing into their skills. Because for the database side, we are really good at building the product, providing the data. Probably from like anybody within the DAO community. For example, you are really good at content drafting or the data summarizing or something like that. We definitely welcome anybody who interested in this kind of accountability system to draft out this kind of proposal together with us together, and we can do this as a DAO, right?
Okay. Yeah,
So that would be super cool. Uh-huh.
my background is in so I'm a serial entrepreneur, but I have a an professional expertise in proposal writing and contract negotiations and content creation is something that I fell into naturally as wanting to share. I just want to
Hmm.
share. Like I want people to hear
Hmm.
your story and hear the goals that you have because of your expertise. I want people to hear Inamoja. I want people to hear Anthony Chow. I want people to hear Yetsu and Seb and Cyril and just I want people to know who the community is and know each other so that we can all make decisions and
Exactly.
work together. Like that's what this is all about. It's not that I'm great at
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. I mean, like, that's the charm of being part of the community. You will just meet the right person within the community, and naturally, right?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I do like having these conversations because we're learning and we're learning from you. And then
Mhm.
as you say, hey, this is what I'm looking to do, and go, well, we can also do it this way. Like that's the community at work together. So I'm excited for that. I would love to I would love to work with you and your team. And I'm sure there are other people in the community who would love to as well. So um I'll think about that. Maybe I'll post something in the forums to try and gather like
Mhm.
a team of people who really want to help as well, and we'll find something to do to work with
Definitely,
you, Mia.
definitely. Yeah, let's do this together.
Yeah. So work together to improve upon the data brought to the DAO and what else we can do to involve the community. Okay, great. And so we kind of touched us on this a little bit, but I wanted to ask anyways. Are there any opportunities specifically that you're looking forward to within the Sandbox DAO? Anything we haven't spoke on already?
I think so I think because like within because we have this kind of expertise in the DAO space, and we actually see that there even though DAO is not the like the hottest buzzword in the market right now, but we actually see thousands of DAOs like rising up like every week. So we definitely through the data set, we know DAO is something is will be a next big thing. And also the all of these in the major like native Web3 projects, they are embracing the DAO format all the way. So we feel that DAO is actually something, and the niche market, all of the community member can actually contributing and actually earning the money and the funds from the DAO and from the treasury. So I think for everybody who is participating in the DAO, DAO is not something it's nothing related with you or something like that. It actually is. Like there are a lot of people actually like earning some of the profits within the DAO and actually contributing their skill sets into the DAO. So I think it will be really good opportunity for everybody to work in the DAO, work within the industry of no boss, right? So work for yourself. So I think the Sandbox DAO is definitely one of the really great opportunity because the Sandbox is a top metaverse project,
Yeah,
and it's just the right moment to participate in this great project.
yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And what
Mhm.
would you say if people wanted to work with you, whether it be through Sandbox DAO or anything else? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
I think the best way to get connect with me, because all of my social channels are open. Feel free to DM me through ads, through Forecaster, and also Discord, Telegram. You can go to basically if you go to the channel or DAObase channel, you can just find me through the handle with Mia la la la. So basically you can DM me like in every channel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, why I mean it's similar to what I did. I just added you and and
Yeah,
Twitter
exactly.
and all that or X now. And yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Cool. So that's my those are my discussions questions that I wanted to talk about. There were two more that Kachinga verse. By the way, thank you Kachinga verse for your questions. These are really nice. Um, how do you see that we can get more voters? Kachinga said that he or she does not believe, uh, they don't think that enough people believe in the DAO. They believe Kachinga believes in it, but it's unproven, and not enough people are listening to the channels that we're in that would reach the voters needed to reach quorum and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts on how we get more voters?
Actually, this is pretty common within the DAO space, and also is one of the like largest challenge within the DAO space at the same time. So I think the first thing we need to solve is a delegation function. For every sophisticated DAO and a mature DAO, we have seen all the data. The delegation rate will raise up to 7% or like even 80% of the whole like voting power system. So right now, the delegation
Wow, that's a lot.
the delegation, yeah. So basically the yeah, I know. Like for every sophisticated DAO and mature DAO, that's the status quo of all of the sophisticated DAO because everybody is lazy. So they just want to delegate the voting power to the people who actually contribute into the ecosystem, right? I mean, it's normal. So we should to solve is that firstly, to have this kind of delegation function to be built like right away, and it will improve the status quo of the DAO voting and participation. So that's for one thing. And the second thing is that to remember to reimburse and incentivize the top contributors and top voters. So like for before, like you, for example, Uniswap, they did not give any like dividends to the governance users, and they started this year to give back the dividends to the governance users and the voters. So it definitely boosts the participation of the like voting rate. I think that's something we should do together as well to evaluate who are the top contributors and voters within the ecosystem based on different data metrics, and then to reward it then with some of the I don't know the send token or any other utilities as their like top contributors. So yeah, so that's something we should work on at the same time.
Yeah. And Kachinga had a follow-up, which was, do you feel that the voting power being so the way that it's allocated right now, do you feel that that's also a symptom of this? And he gave the example that SIP7 had 380 voters, which accounted to about 7.17% of the total voting.
Mhm. Oh, sorry. Can you pardon the question?
Oh, no problem. So there were 388 voters for SIP number 7. So that SIP was
Mhm. Oh,
about,
okay.
yeah. And your DAObase says that there are 1,808. So that is 21% voting for SIP 7.
Mhm.
Would you say that it's also a symptom of the size of people's holdings, of the
Mhm.
sand and land?
Oh, I'm not sure that I get the question. So you mean that it's a sign that the holders of the sand and also the lands are not eager to participate because the ratio of it is not that high.
I think so. Kachinga, if you wouldn't mind, maybe explain your question a little bit more. It felt clear to me until you started asking those questions, because now I'm not sure what was meant by the voting power as a symptom. So we'll wait for that for Kachinga to clarify.
Hmm.
But so
Yeah.
when I was doing the calculations there, and for SIP 7, there were there were 388 voters, and your
Hmm.
DAO base measures there
Okay.
are 1,808 voters. So if I divide one number into the other, then that means that we have about 21% voter participation. And you said, and I
Hmm.
think I heard you say that it's actually normal for quorum to be an issue.
Hmm. Yeah. I think it's normal for the status quo of the DAO right now because like we are trying multiple ways to improve this kind of rate participation rate. And before we implement it with anything, I think it's normal so far.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
I did not know that actually. I thought because normally when I'm in like Bulls on the Block or Whale members and Mochaverse Hall, they when they talk about the ApeCoin DAO, and sometimes they talk
Mhm.
about other DAOs, but mostly the
Mhm.
ApeCoin DAO, it doesn't seem like they have issue with quorum. So that was the only example I had. But you said that is actually an issue across multiple other DAOs. Did not know that.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, because like for 8 DAO, because they have been running the DAO for over a year, and the sample size is just getting this started. So that's definitely like a basically time gap between those DAO. And 8 DAO has been a little bit more sophisticated and mature than the Sandbox DAO. That's for one thing. And the second thing is that actually the delegation rate of 8 DAO is already like over 70%. So there are a lot of like voting powers and delegated to the top delegators within the ecosystem. And back then, I think like a year ago, there are a lot of treasury under Bitcoin. So there are a lot of people actually proposing proposals within the DAO. So the participation within the DAO is pretty high as well. I think a lot of different reasons to make it easy to pass a quorum.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Kachinga said, and I'm going to read from the chat. What I meant is 380 voters equals 81%, but 340 doesn't equal 17%. Clearly, the power of the votes is not equal. And then Kachinga likened it to the Electoral College. Do you do you see what Kachinga is saying? Is bringing Kachinga is bringing data
Yeah,
to the
I
to the
don't. Oh,
equations.
where is it?
Yeah, I'm
Where is
not I'm
it?
not
Let
sure.
me check.
Kachinga, I'll probably have to get it with you offline to understand that better. Because you're bringing data, which I love the data portion. I don't see what the data is telling you there. So I'll have to
Mhm.
understand that
Yeah,
with them.
feel free to DM me as well on X and also any other channels. Let me know the questions and probably we can get back to you about this part as well.
Yeah, sorry, Kachinga. My fault that I don't fully understand. Okay. So then now I don't see any other community questions. Let's go into open topics. Mia, is there something that you'd like to talk about? Something new
Mhm.
that's important to you?
Something important to me. I think, yeah. Actually, I want to ask you one question, because like in the first beginning, when we have the meeting, you say a little bit in Chinese. So have you any like immersed in the Chinese or Asian culture before?
Uh, not exactly. So I did in college, I think it was. Yeah, I did take a Chinese course, so I'd language course. I didn't get very far with it, but I really because I'm a musician and my background is a
Oh,
musician, and and in the Chinese language in Mandarin, it has the pinyin. Is it pinyin? Which is like
yeah.
so GAO guo. If you go guo guo guo, like if you can change the way just the word, but if you change the pinyin on it, then it changes what the word says. And I thought that was always really fascinating. So I learned a few words like ni hao and shi, um, a couple others I'm forgetting right now because I'm on the spot. But I learned a few words in Mandarin, and that's really it for me. But
Mhm.
also,
Amazing.
I guess I should disclose that I've read Sun Tzu and the Tao Te Ching, so there are things of Chinese culture that I have familiarized myself with and that I study.
Mhm. amazing because like every time when people like speak Chinese, I always want to like know a little bit more about the story, how they related
Yeah,
with the culture and as the language. And I know like Sebastian is also studying like before in Hong Kong. So that's how they are
yeah,
really fascinated about Chinese culture and Asian culture. So
yeah.
that's super
I
cool
used
to
to
get a connect.
I used
Um,
to read and
mhm.
watch movies on the Warring States period back in Chinese
Oh,
history. So, like the Qing dynasty, the QIN
yeah,
Qing
Qing, Qing,
Qing
yeah, yeah,
dynasty
yeah.
and the Zhao dynasty and Chu and Wei and Han and all of those different states that there
Amazing.
were. Yeah, so I was always really fascinated by that and reading up on that. So that's why I know.
We should bring that topic to offline.
Yeah, yeah. It's really fascinating to read how all of that happened and the
Uh-huh.
unification that happened after that. So
Mhm.
yeah, that uh
Yeah, yeah, I think to wrap it up, the last thing I want to mention, and also to everybody who listen to the podcast, I think yeah, that was definitely something that we should participate, and it's definitely the next big thing because every like native Web3 project turn me to a DAO, like right now or in the future. So and by participating in those kind of like entrepreneurs within the space, like the Sandbox DAO is definitely a really good starting point for everybody to no matter for the learning and also for participating. It's really a good start. So I'm glad that we had a podcast with Lanzer, and I hope the podcast can help you like lower the threshold for entering into the DAO. Let us know if you guys have any questions about the DAO side, about the NFT side, about the symbol side. We are there like 24/7.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
And just the journey that we've taken from May 28th when everything was announced and then all the
Hmm.
voting that took place and the skepticism from the community when they didn't understand what had happened and why a DAO suddenly just emerged out of nowhere. Even though it had been part
Hmm.
of the white paper since 2018, we
Hmm.
hadn't heard anything about the DAO until just a
Hmm.
couple months ago. So learning from people like you, Mia, and Dr. Chen and Cyril, and hopefully I'll be talking to Mateos, Vivian in the future, and others from the advisory board. But learning your backgrounds and learning how you're connected and what it is that you intend to do, and especially hearing your milestones, Mia, with with the proposal data and the data dashboard and all these other things that you want to bring, I think that is awesome. I think that is so exciting, especially my heart. I love data. So to see that you intend to bring these things is really really cool. And thank you. I appreciate
Thank you.
I didn't know that DAObase had existed 2 3 months ago, and now I see as a DAO aggregator just how much work your team puts into making sure that the data is accurate and complete. Thank you, thank you. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Appreciate that. And do remember that Rome is not built in one day. So I know that a lot of capitalism was in the community when the DAO launched. So give us some time, give the DAO some time, and I think the Sandbox DAO will be a great DAO in the space. And we are doing everything to make it a great. Yeah, just bear with us a little bit, and we're
Yeah,
gonna like make
yeah,
all of the improvements. Uh-huh.
yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast was because in the beginning it was very unclear what was happening, and everyone thought that the DAO was going to be complete. Like when it came out, like why is this happening? Why is that happening? All the criticisms. But as we start to kind of to reveal the stories and the people behind it, you realize Rome was not built in a day, and they are continually what they call progressive decentralization. I think you spoke upon that as well in one of your videos that I watched. Um, so
Mhm.
so yeah, here are the spaces that people are involved in. So the Discord, Sandbox DAO forums, X and Twitter, and Mochaverse Hall on Mondays, Bulls on the Block on Saturdays. The Coffee with Captain happens every week. Mostly that's ApeCoin, but also some Sandbox. Whale Members is on Tuesdays, and SandFam Cafe happens once a month. So please connect, community. Please connect with these Sandbox spaces, and so that we can all become a community together and work on the DAO to make it better. Because people like Mia, while she is, got beepCrypto and she has DAObase, we all have each of our own lives that we have to focus on, and as a community, we can make DAO together. But I certainly don't want to leave Mia by herself. You and your team by yourselves. I want to contribute as well with everyone else. So Mia, is there anyone on Twitch that you would like to raid? I was looking in the Twitch channel. I don't see anyone else streaming to raid, but is there anyone that you know of that you'd like to raid?
That's all right because I didn't see that. Let me check if you want me to check that. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't see too many people on that I can raid right now. So if you don't have anyone, then we'll just conclude and end and yeah.
All right.
Well,
All
thank you
right,
so much for
perfect.
your
Thank you
time,
so
Mia.
much.
I appreciate it,
Thank you
and
so much for the invitation.
yeah, and I really love what you're doing with DAObase. I'm excited for that.
Appreciate it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lanzer, for the invite and also for listening to the podcast. All right.
Yeah, pleasure's mine.
Let's keep let's keep the conversation on social medias. All right. Thank you,
All right,
guys.
awesome. Bye, everyone.